So in this video, we are going to study the frequency polygon and the frequency curve. So here we have a definition of frequency polygon, a graph obtained by joining the midpoint of upper sides of the rectangles in histogram by straight lines is called frequency polygon. So you will understand this definition of frequency polygon after plotting the graph better way. So here we have a definition of frequency curve, a smooth curve obtained by joining the midpoints of the upper sides of the rectangles in the histogram is called frequency curve. Here we have an example. For the following distribution, draw frequency polygon and frequency curve. So we are going to draw frequency polygon and frequency curve both in a same graph. So this is the data that is given. Income in rupees is given as 300 to 400, 400 to 500, 500 to 600, 600 to 700, up to 800 to 900. So these are the number of workers whose income will come in between these ranges. So here for the frequency polygon or to plot the frequency curve, so for this here we'll take income along the x-axis and the number of workers along the y-axis, and here we are plotting the graph for the mid values. So here you can see in the graph, so we have taken income along the x-axis and the number of workers along the y-axis. So here we have taken the midpoints of the class intervals here from 300 to 400. So we are taking the midpoints because according to the definition, so here you will get a frequency curve. A smooth frequency curve will obtain by joining the midpoints of the upper sides of the rectangles here. So here if you point midpoints directly in your graph, so you are going to get the frequency curve. In the same way the frequency polygon, here also midpoint is very important. So we are taking midpoints along the x-axis, that is from 300 to 400 the midpoint will be 350, from 400 to 500 midpoint will be 450. In the same way 550, 650, 750 and 850, the same scale is taken along the x-axis, that is income in rupees, and this is the number of workers along the y-axis. So now I am going to show how to plot the frequency polygon and the frequency curve in a graph. So here for this data, so this is the data we have. From 300 to 400 we have 18 workers. So here the midpoints for this class interval, the midpoint is 350. So here we have a 350. So here we have 18 workers, somewhere will point here. 18 in the sense it will come somewhere here, that is below 20, above 15. And then from 400 to 500, so we have 32 workers, the midpoint will be 450. So here we have 450. For 450 let us point somewhere here above 30, so somewhere here we will get 32. So I am plotting the graph here, that is I am pointing here. So similarly for the next class interval 500 to 600, the midpoint will be 550 and the number of workers is 35. So for 550, so I am taking 35, the point here. And similarly 650, I am taking the point 30. 30 is here for 650. And for 750 it's total 21 members. So here will come somewhere 21 here. And for 850, so we have 12 workers. So 12 workers in the sense, so above 10 you can take some 2 points. So I am not saying exactly, it's an approximate graph. So if you plot it in a graph sheet, so you will get a proper curve. So here now I am going to join from 350. All the lines I am going to join here. This is one point. This is another point. This is another point. Here. And then from here. And then from here. So, and this is the frequency curve. Frequency polygon. This is the frequency polygon. And this will be the frequency curve. So join all the points. So this is the frequency curve. So this is how you have to plot the graph. This is the frequency polygon and frequency curve. The same graph I have drawn here for the same example. So here next we have cumulative frequency distribution. So the definition says that cumulative frequency corresponding to the class is the sum of all the frequencies up to and including that class. In cumulative frequency distribution, the frequency of the particular class is obtained by adding to the frequency of that class and frequencies of its previous classes. So I'll explain this clearly with an example. So cumulative frequency series are of two types, that is less than series and more than series. Suppose we are given the discrete series of marks obtained by 100 students. With the help of the series, we shall form the less than and more than series. So this is the marks obtained they have given, and these are the number of students. So let us form less than and more than series. So here we are forming less than cumulative series for the above example. So for the less than cumulative series, so we have to take the number of students who will score the marks less than 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 and 90. So here you can see those are the upper limit. So for the less than series, so we have to find how many students have taken less than 40 marks, less than 50, 60, 70, 80 and 90. This is what I am showing, less than 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 and 90. So let me tell here. So less than 40. So less than 40 will be how many members? So I am going to show the problem also so you will understand better. So this is the given problem. This is the given problem. This is the less than cumulative series. So less than 40 we have only 8 students. So I have written 8 here. So less than 50. So less than 50 means including 12 you have to add 8 also. Less than 50 means you will get all the students who have taken marks from 40 to 50 as well as from 30 to 40. So 12 plus 8, so you will get 20. So less than 60 in the sense including 20, so you have to add these three numbers also. So 20 plus 12 plus 8, so you will get the answer as 40. And the less than 70 will be 25 plus 20 plus 12 plus 8. So the total number of students will be 65. And less than 80 in the sense, you have including 8 you have to add all the numbers here, that is 8 plus 12 plus 20 plus 25 plus 18. And less than 90 will be including 17 all these numbers. So you are going to get the answer as 100. So next we have to form more than cumulative series for the same example. So here this is the given example. So more than 30. So how many students will be there? So more than 30 in the sense you can take all these numbers. So these are the students who have taken the marks more than 30 here. So if you add all these numbers you will get 100. So similarly more than 40. So from 12 you have to add all these numbers. So you are going to get the answer as 90. And more than 50 will be 20 plus 25 plus 18 plus 7. More than 60 will be 25 plus 18 plus 17. And more than 70 will be 18 plus 17. And from 80 to 90, that is more than 80 will be only 17 students. That is what I have written here. And here we have a relative frequency distribution. So relative frequency distribution, that is given by class frequency by total frequency.